Lawrence for 25 years. I was just one of those folks that came to KU and just never really left. In that time, I've just made myself a part of the community because I love this town a great deal. So just been a part of many boards and many other things where I just feel I can get involved. But I work at Pinnacle Technology. I went to KU. When I went to KU, I got my degree in political science. And also I happened to have a chance to work in town for the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America as a government relations coordinator. So in that time I had an opportunity to see policy on a macro and a micro level because we would do Day on the Hills here in Topeka and in Washington. And I'd go ahead and I would be able to see representatives and senators and how they do their day-to-day business. And then also on the micro level, I had an opportunity to go ahead and research ordinances and laws and how they affect the community as a whole. So I've had the opportunity as well to participate in civic-minded organizations here in town, as I've said before. So I've been a part of Junior Achievement. I've also been a part of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. I headed up the road bowling event for a number of years. And recently I was the president of the Pinckney Neighborhood Association. And now I'm currently the chair of the Parks and Rec Advisory Board and a part of the Douglas County Steering Committee for the Health Plan. And we're working on the new health improvement plan as we speak. I'm running to provide a voice for those people who aren't heard, who aren't thought of and often ignored. I think that I can shed a light on what this town portrays it as, what we're missing, and what we could be. Overall, my priorities are equity, housing, and economic development for all, but the most important parts, or the parts that I'll go into now, are housing and economic development. So in housing, I want to focus on availability, accessibility, and affordability. Because I think we've gotten to the point where, there is no way that we should only have less than 50 houses for a market of over 100,000 people in terms of, being able to shelter people. So we definitely have an availability problem. And accessibility, the needs and the resources aren't available to those folks who are living on the margins and who are living in affordable housing and really are wanting and seeking that help so they can stay in that housing, because once they fall into homelessness, it's so much harder to lift them back up. In terms of economic development for all, I'm centering our policies on, and our platform on, working for those folks who live here in town, because I think a lot of the time we look outward in, and I want us to go ahead and concentrate on those folks in town because I think they're the greatest resource of all.